Good morning. I'm just waiting a couple of seconds to confirm that we're actually online. Today's practice will start in a few seconds, just checking that everything works correctly here because I was having a little problem with the technology before. While we do that, please, as we always do, and I try to mention every time, I encourage you to find a comfortable position wherever you are. It doesn't have to be necessarily seated, it could be standing or it could be laying down, whatever you feel like it's needed the most for your body right now. And once you're there, just begin to gently inviting the eyes to close if that feels okay for you right now. If that somehow that doesn't feel okay for you, then you might just want to invite the eyes to look down, gaze down and forward, maybe allowing the light to pass through your eyelashes, your eyelids, and just settling down there, beginning to feel the breath, allowing the breath to be present in the field of your awareness right now. Welcoming the sound of the gong to begin our formal practice together. We notice how the vibrations of sound arose and then went away. We invite in our sense of curiosity to keep pursuing this quest of just staying present without judging, allowing everything that is just to be how it is now, without forcing, without wanting to arrive to an end, without wanting to achieve anything, just being. with that curiosity kind of in the foreground of our awareness, we bring our attention to the breath, maybe just noticing where the breath is present in our bodies right now, not necessarily just in or around the nose, but maybe in other parts of the body. And with this exploration, we might arrive to explore another sense that's present, the sense of touch. We might begin to feel the air around the skin, or how the fabric of our clothes is in contact with our skin, or just the weight of the body in general, maybe one hand touching the other, or a hand over thighs, or whatever contact is present. We bring the awareness to the sense of touch. As we keep observing, we might notice other things that are present in our experience. So, for example, we might be hearing sounds that are surrounding us where we are. We gently bring our attention there, opening our awareness to sound. It might be helpful, not completely necessary, to give ourselves a silent little note of what we are experiencing without drifting into too much thought or ideas, just naming what's present. sound of the air blowing around this room, the sound of birds outside of this room. If this mental noting is not for you, you notice that's not helping you, you can just let it pass on the sides of your experience and keep exploring in the way that feels more grounding and more nourishing for your exploration. And perhaps now that we brought the attention to sound, and as we continue this exploration in general, we might notice body, the body experiences in a more clear way. And we observe the body doing what it does. For example, we notice saliva present and swallowing. And with that, we might want to bring our awareness to taste. And our awareness and concentration might be just there in the mouth right now. And taste might be or is very connected to the smell. So we gently shift our awareness there. In this bodily experience, all of the senses are somewhat connected, like everything else is in nature. And so we keep just exploring around our experience, coming back to what's more alive for us. And we might want to rest there and explore there. And if ever even the mind is too active, we can even come back to that, just observing the mind doing what it does, thinking, producing thought. So without going too much into that, we just observe in or at any point in our exploration. We know that the breath is always there for us to come back to in case we need to. Always present to hold us in this exploration. The sound of the gong melt away to conclude our practice. Deep breaths. Thank you, everyone, for coming to this space here, this virtual space and your physical space, of course. But I'm also mentioning this space of True North Insight, the organization that's behind all of this. And so, if you feel like you want to support the organization so that things like this keep going, you will find the information under this video. And we will be back here next week on Wednesdays at 9 East if you want to connect live. And also just remember that these videos are always here for you and to come and practice. You can share them with people you know, family, friends. And there's also a lot of different teachers and different ways of practice that you can come to. And so see you next week for a practice in Spanish. Thank you.